Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Growth Frequency, where we have conversations to expand your consciousness and set yourself free. My name is Elsa. Let's dive in. Hello, my beautiful soul growers. I am so happy that you are here. Today, we are going to talk about how to speak to your spirit guides. More specifically, we're going to be talking about the archangels. We're going to be going through everything. So by the end of this episode, you will know how to call on and get help from your angels and spirit guides and how to ask for signs. So, number one, this episode for you is if you are struggling to understand your purpose in life, you are undergoing health issues, you're in a season of transition, you're needing faith. Maybe you need relationship advice or advice in your career or in general. Maybe you want to become closer or connected with your higher self and your angels, or you're even ready to step into your highest timeline and frequency. If you are any of these, this episode is for you. Because the list goes on. I truly believe if everyone had contact with their angel guides, their spirit guides, the world would be a different place. And truth be told, I think that's where we're heading. That could be another episode in itself. But let me first begin with, where did this all begin? How do I even have this ability to talk about spirit guides and angel guides? Well, as fate would have it, because nothing is a coincidence, a couple months ago, I was in a situation where I ended up on a Zoom call with someone from my church. And on this church call, I experienced the Holy Spirit for the first time. And long story short, my palms were up, my hands were on fire. My face was flushed. My whole body was tingling in goosebumps. Y'all, I was experiencing something I have never experienced before. I felt a sense of peace, a sense of love, a sense of protection, guidance. I felt my angels with me for the first time. And at that moment in time, I understood to be the Holy Spirit. So wherever you are coming from, whatever background you have, I want you to take that and apply that to this episode, because this episode is for you to connect with the divine, your divine, okay? Because after this experience, I have goosebumps right now saying this. I experienced that and I got hungry. I just had a sample. And I got hungry. Once you taste the divine, you want the full course. So I started practicing every single day. I would start to talk to my angels. I would call on the Holy Spirit to make its physical presence known. And over time, I ended up developing my own language system with my angels, with my guides, and I developed close bonds with the archangels, and you can too. And have you ever seen the movie Project Hail Mary? It's absolutely incredible. In this movie, there's a little alien rock creature, and Ryan Gosling, who plays the main astronaut character, develops his own little language system with this little rock creature. That's what I ended up doing with my angel guides. And I ended up being able to communicate with them through the sensations in my body. So you'll notice when you speak with your angels will always communicate with you. And for me, my angels show up tingling. So I'll feel it in my energy centers in my hands. We all have, go ahead, poke the center of your hand. Either palm works. That's an energy center. The more you speak with your angels, the more open your energy centers are going to become. And it's really interesting because I noticed this from personal experience. The more I spoke with my angels, the hotter my hands would become. Like, it's one of those things. Think about your energy centers in the center of your palm specific. It's cleansing, it's clearing. So every time you open this channel of communication with the divine, with your angelic guides, you are clearing the straw. You are opening yourself up to the divine to be a greater vessel for the divine. And I believe truly our purpose in life is to allow spiritual guidance come through in physical action. And that's how you find your life's purpose. We're going to talk a little bit more about purpose later in this episode. But for me, my angels show up tingling in my hands. I feel tingling in my bodies. Sometimes I get goosebumps. I hear ringing in my ears. And for you, just pay attention, especially during this episode, to what comes up for you. Because after I share the story, we are going to call on the angel guides to be with you and just notice what comes up because for everyone, it's different. Sometimes I see images in my head. Like, for example, a couple days ago, I asked my spirit guides, what is there for me to know? What is there for me to find out? And in my mind, I just saw a seatbelt being strapped in. And I didn't really understand it at the time. But later I was reflecting, I'm like, "Oh, they want me to trust. They want me to lock in. They want me to have faith." Okay, and this that makes a sense, especially with this eclipse season. But your angel guides will always communicate with you, and everyone experiences them differently. So just because my experience is this doesn't mean your experience is gonna be the exact same. Just be open and just pay attention to how your body feels. Because the moment my spiritual mentor from the church said, "Beware, your angels might tickle you, you might feel them." Like, don't be afraid, like, that's just your angels. The moment she said that, I started to feel them every day. I would have conversations with people, I'd feel my angels tickling me, and it's so beautiful because even it's these little things that makes you just feel so grateful, and I feel so honored to have this relationship, and I want you to have it too, so let's go ahead. That's my little story, and we're gonna get more into it. Oh, but this communication system, coming back to that. So I ended up developing a communication system with them. So I feel them in my body, I feel them tingling my hands. And our communication system is my left hand is no, my right hand is yes. So if I ever have questions or I need guidance, I'll just ask a question and they will provide me with that guidance. And just recently, for example, I've been receiving a lot of DMs on my Instagram at Elsa Grows from someone offering this mentorship, all this stuff in a field of study I have not really ventured into in terms of spirituality. And it was in terms of aliens and UFOs. I just haven't personally experienced that. But I asked my angel guide, should I pursue this? Because I was curious. And they told me no. So what did I do? I didn't pursue it. So, anyways, let's dive in. I just want to start us off today with a prayer, an opening, an invitation to our angel guides, to our archangels to join us. So, if you will, if you're driving, you can keep your eyes open. But if you are in a comfortable, safe area, please gently, slowly close your eyes. Open your palms up towards the sky to receive. And let's begin. I call on the angels of the highest lights, love, wisdom, and compassion to join this conversation. I call on Archangels Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, Ariel, Uriel, and any other archangels who would like to join us in this conversation. Please surround this beautiful soul who's tuned into this episode with your light, with your love. Please show them that you are here and you love them. You are there for them. And now, my beautiful soul, please take your hands, rest them over your heart, and let's just take a nice deep breath in through our nose, out through our mouth. Another deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more. In through your nose, breathing into your power, into your heart, and out through your mouth. Beautiful. Ooh, y'all, I can feel my hands tingling. The angels are here. I hope you feel them in whatever way. Maybe it's just you feel love, you feel comforted. Whatever it is, it's beautiful and that's gorgeous. So we're gonna dive in. So I want to begin by sharing another note. Let's talk about the angel guides, but I also want to share there was a breaking point a couple weeks ago in my life. And this breaking point is what really opened me up to my angel guides. And it was a moment where I was in so much pain. I was experiencing a health thing and I was genuinely lost. I didn't know what to do. And I was breathing. It really forced me to get back to breath work. And all of a sudden, through this, I was in this compromised position and I felt my little angel tingle on my foot. And that was the moment I stopped asking, why is this happening to me? And I started asking, What is this trying to teach me? And in that moment, the pain went away and my angels started to speak to me. So I say this because your angels are always there for you and they're always, always waiting for you to ask for help. Because remember, Earth is a planet of free will. Your angel guides, your spirit guides, your past loved ones cannot help you, cannot guide you unless you ask for help. Now, there are times of some intercession, but that's very rare. And that looks like major life changes, breakups, like huge life changes. That's absolutely possible, but for the most part, my friends, you need to ask your angel guides for help. You need to invite them into your life because remember, Earth is a planet of free will, and your soul is here to learn, to grow, because everything is a lesson. You are here, your soul incarnated on this earth at this time to release karma. In other words, the spiritual baggage or lessons you came here to learn and master. And your spirit guides can help you with that. Think of the game Mario Kart. And you know, on the Mario Kart, when you're playing the game, there's those speed strips, right? If your little Mario Kart goes on that speed trip, you go like 50 times the speed, you go super fast. Working with your angels is like taking the speed trip to your life's purpose and soul's destiny. Working with your angels is like taking the speed trip to releasing your karmic baggage, okay? So with that being said, it's time to start making a daily practice of inviting in your angels because they love you and they're always there. So it's time to meet the archangels. And we're going to start with Archangel Michael. I believe he is one of the most known archangels there is. He is typically associated with sapphire blue, this protection energy. When you think of Michael, I want you to think of protection and safety. He is here for you to maybe clear your energy for anything that has to do with your protection. So this also has to do with your life purpose. In life, you feel safe when you know things, right? So when you know your life purpose, you feel safe. So if you are at a point in your life where you don't know what you want to do, and especially now with the eclipse, a lot is shifting. Things that worked, timelines, relationships, careers, things that made sense before 10 years ago, maybe they don't make sense anymore. So if you're at that point where maybe you're at a crossroads or you need protection, call on Archangel Michael and ask him to show you, what is my purpose? Please help me, guide me. Put people, places in my life on my timeline. Put me in rooms with things, people, and conversations that align me to my purpose in this life. Start asking questions, start asking for help, and he will protect you. He will be there for you. Okay. So when you think of Archangel Michael, think of protection. And he's really good too, calling on him for energy clearing. And if you're in the public eye in any way, you should be doing energy clearings. I found this out the hard way when I started posting. I just noticed my energy levels were shifted and I was down, I was drained. I was doing things I didn't normally do, like scrolling, overeating, and all this weird stuff. And I realized, oh, it's because my energy is not fully with me. It's spread out across the world because of my social media. I'm so grateful for social media. It's what brought you here. It's what allowed us to connect. But at the same time, if I'm not taking care of my energy, how can I help you? And the same thing is true for you. If you're in the public eye in any way, whether on social media, whether you have a job or you're speaking in front of people, you're connecting, you have to call people, email people. You need to be doing energy clearings, okay? You need to call that energy back and cut those energetic cords that are draining you. So I'm going to link below. I just recently recorded with Archangel Michael, a beautiful energy clearing, and that's for you. So, Archangel Michael, I want you to think of protection. Next up, we have Archangel Ariel. Now, when you think of her, I want you to think of a light, pale pink energy. She is the archangel of abundance, of prosperity, and of manifestation. Now, Archangel Michael and Archangel Ariel, think of them like brother and sister because really, you feel safest in life when you are abundant, and abundance is your truth. So to access more abundance in your life, maybe it's in your relationships, maybe it's in your career, maybe it's in your finances, maybe it's in your love life, maybe it's in your health, whatever area of life you would like to experience abundance, prosperity, and manifestations coming, call on Archangel Ariel, okay? Because what's interesting too is when you look at images of her, she has red hair and she's typically associated with nature. So she represents this abundance, this earthly abundance and prosperity. Now, what's interesting too is Archangel Ariel, she is a warrior. She will bring you courage, that inner courage to go create what you want to create. Okay, so if you're needing courage in your life, call on Archangel Ariel for an abundance of courage, abundance of anything. It can be in your life, it can be emotions, feelings, right? I want you to really call on her. Okay, and now that I'm also thinking about it, I also have a meditation, a manifestation meditation for her to call in abundance. So I'll link that in the show notes. Go check that out. But something really interesting to remember. So Michael and Ariel, the archangels, they are brother sister. Archangel Michael, he will always have your back. All of your archangels always have your back. They're literally waiting for you to call on them. And through this episode, before I get into the other ones, I want you to really just take a moment and notice what your body is most resonant with. Pay attention to who you are drawn to, because that is the archangel that is likely trying to communicate with you, work with you, and guide you most at this moment, right? Because we are going to call on all of the archangels in our life. That's just how it is. But at certain moments in our life, we need some more than others. And I'll have a personal story for you with that later coming up. Next, we have Archangel Gabriel, and he's typically associated with a copper light. He is known for calling on creativity, motivation, communication. So if you're in any form of career or outlet in your life where you have to speak, where you have to create, where you need motivation, maybe it's at the gym, maybe it's at the job giving a presentation, maybe it's writing the book, maybe it's launching that podcast. Maybe it's coming up with ideas for how to surprise your loved ones. You know, the list is really endless here, but call on Archangel Gabriel when you need that creativity, that spark of inspiration, or that motivation to keep going. Maybe you're in a hard time. Maybe you call on Archangel Gabriel. Give you that motivation to do this last set at the gym. I keep thinking of the gym here. Or communication. Call on him to give you clear communication to maybe heal a relationship with your spouse or your friend, or ask for a raise with your boss, right? There's so many different ways. And just ask, and you will receive. Next up, we have Archangel Shamuel. And he's typically, I say he's typically associated with a light green energy. And now also remember too with the archangels, they're genderless because they are for little light sources of God, not little, but they're, sparks of God, sparks of the divine. So in our human consciousness, we live with polarity, we live with separation, so we like to label things in order for them to make sense to us. So some of these traits of the archangels have been associated with masculine or feminine qualities. So, for example, Archangel Michael, he's typically associated with that masculine quality because he's protective, right? Versus Ariel, she's abundance, she's nature manifestation, creation. That's more feminine, right? So, coming back to Archangel Shamuel, he's typically seen as a light green energy. And what's interesting is he is often regarded as the least called upon archangel. But what's wild is without this archangel, it is very hard for you to connect with the other archangels, because in order to connect with your archangels, and we'll talk about this in a couple moments here, you need to align to that frequency of love, of gratitude, and that's the gateway that lets them in, that lets them speak to you. And Archangel Shamuel, he is known for finding peace within yourself, personally, even globally too. He is also seen as the counselor of the angelic realm, because where there's peace, there's love. Where there's love, there's light. So when you have peace within you, you become a greater vessel for this love, for this light. When you find that stillness, you're able to receive guidance. When you find that stillness, you're able to take that action, make that move, right? This connects in so many different ways. So call on Archangel Shamuel if you are feeling maybe uncertain or scared, he will bring you to peace. And you can also call on Archangel Chamuel to find love for others and love for yourself. So, for example, a couple days ago, I was in my car and I received a text from my landlord, and I was kind of in a weird headspace. I I saw this text and I just got it rubbed me the wrong way. And before I responded, I stopped, I paused, I opened my palms up to receive, and I asked my angelic guides, please help me see this situation with love. How could I see this situation with love? And instantly, it was like a new filter had been put over my eyes. I looked back at this text and I realized, oh, what a thoughtful landlord I have. I just read it the wrong way because my perspective was wired for a certain way. It's like wearing sunglasses. Your sunglasses shades are going to determine how the world presents itself to you. So if you wear maybe brown tinted sunglasses, you're going to see the world brown. If you see yellow, you're going to if you have yellow tints, you're gonna see the world in yellow tints, right? So your perspective is the same way. However, your emotional state is how you see the world. So that's why you have to check yourself. And your angel guides can help you do it because, y'all, it's so crazy. Just ask this question. And I didn't realize, but I thought moment Archangel Shamuel was the one who came through and gave me this gift, this blessing of seeing this text a new light. Just open your palms up and ask. Take a couple deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Deep breaths, breathe into your heart. Just ask, I call on the angels of the highest light, love, wisdom, and compassion. Show me how I can see the situation with love. How can I see the situation with love? Please help me invite them in. Help me see the situation with love. And you will be amazed at what happens. Next up, we have Archangel Raphael. Now, he is seen with green, emerald green energy. He's typically known for physical healing and heart energy, right? It's interesting too, because if you're familiar with the chakras, you can look up a picture. Your heart center is typically associated with an emerald green color. That's the same energy that Archangel Raphael has too. So it's beautiful. But you can call on Archangel Raphael if you need healing in any area of your life. So maybe if with physical discomfort, physical disease. So he can help you understand where your body is needing more balance, more love, and where in your body you are out of sync. Because in this life, every disease is dis-ease of the mind. And your body will communicate with you what's going on in your energy. So, for example, I remember a couple years ago when I was finishing my degree at college, I was entering my student teaching. And it was at that point I pretty much knew deep down I was not going to go into teaching, but I was afraid and I didn't know how to tell anyone this, because yeah, it was really scary. And I remember at that point in my life, so many things were happening so fast. And my right ankle, just it all out of nowhere. I couldn't walk on my right ankle. I was not able to work out. And through the student teaching, this whole time, I was thinking about this at the gym this morning. I had this ankle thing, and what I didn't realize, I was having a physical ailment for a spiritual problem. So my spirit guides, my body was trying to communicate with me, Elsa, slow down. This is not the path you're supposed to take. And what's interesting is you can look up if you're curious about body ailments and what they signify, look up Louise Hayes, The Body and Reasons for Illness or Diseases. You'll be amazed. But typically with ankle injuries or discomforts, it's associated with either moving too fast in life or moving in the wrong direction. And what's funny is I was moving the wrong direction because at that same time I was student teaching. It's so wild because looking back, hindsight will always be 2020. But at that moment, what I didn't realize is Archangel Raphael was showing me where in life I was out of sync. And he did that through my body. It's if I knew what I knew now and what you know now with all the archangels and how to call on them and ask for help and heal, I would have healed that probably in days, if not minutes. Like, it's wild. Once you learn how to tap into your angels, you become so powerful. And there's this one quote, one person tuned in, aligned to love and light is more powerful than a million people who aren't. And that's so true. You can change the world just by being aligned to the frequency of love. Because when you're aligned to the frequency of love, you become unstoppable. You're like a little bullet. Coming back to Archangel Raphael, what's really interesting is some of these archangels, almost all of them have little side gigs. So you can also call on Archangel Raphael when you're traveling or for matchmaking, right? Because remember, Archangel Raphael is also associated with heart energy. So if you need help finding a lover or you're on Tinder or a dating app, be like, help me. Like, Archangel, please help me. Give me the discernment to know who is for me. Give me the tingle in the body. Show me a sign. And we'll talk about how to ask for a sign in a little bit here. Okay, we have two more archangels I want to touch on, and these are really, really cool before we move into how to align, ask, and then how to receive signs. So, next we have Archangel Uriel. She is typically seen as a golden light. A golden light. Think of a light bulb, right? She is specifically associated with wisdom, with emotional healing and transformation. Because remember this, every pain in your life is what becomes your purpose. I have now understand every painful moment, experience, lesson has given insight and planted seeds into what my purpose is. Okay, so call on Archangel Uriel when you're needing emotional healing. Maybe you need to help forgiving someone. Maybe you are still torn up about a traumatic experience from your childhood. Call on her, ask for help, ask her for the strength, the healing, so then you can transform. When I think of Archangel Uriel, I think of a butterfly going through metamorphosis, like in the cocoon and then the wings. So call on her for epiphanies too, and really, it's emotional healings that allow us to transform ourselves. So she is really good. Calling her for wisdom, insights. If you need ideas at work, oh, I have goosebumps. If you need ideas for a podcast, for how to surprise your loved ones, for how to resolve anything. If you need ideas, epiphanies, healing, transformation, go to Archangel Uriel. And last but not least, one of the archangels we're going to talk about today is Archangel Jophiel. And he's associated with beauty, wisdom, illumination, and uplifting thoughts. So call on Archangel Jophiel if you need help with shifting negative thought patterns. Maybe this morning I was having some negative thoughts just about when I looked in the mirror. I was like, because I had some sweets yesterday, and we're healing. And I asked him this morning, like, please help me see the beauty in myself. Because also, this eclipse is all about falling in love with yourself. So, and in my life, and finding joy and optimism, and cultivating this self love. And so, what I said, and write this down, take note. I call upon Archangel Jophiel to help me see the beauty, wisdom, and light that surrounds me. May my thoughts become clear, positive, and aligned with love. Help me release negativity and choose thoughts that elevate my spirit. So that's a sample intention you can use. I said this morning instantly. My mind was clear, and I felt this love and this beautiful warmth within my spirit. And you can too. So call on him when you need help, when you need guidance with improving your self image, with removing negative thoughts, okay? And you don't need to call just on one of these archangels. You can call multiple ones at a time. I do that all the time. But I'm going to tell you the 3 steps how to actually call on your archangel. Step one, kind of just align your energy to love, to gratitude, to appreciation. So, what I like to do, I'll just start laughing. I'll just start thanking. I'll go on a little gratitude rampage. Shout out Abraham Hicks, or appreciation rampage, I believe they call it. I am so grateful that I'm alive today. I'm so happy that the sun is shining, that I get to go outside and experience this beautiful life. I'm so happy that I got to put on makeup today, that I got to wear my favorite perfume, that I got to see my friends at my workout class, that the sun is shining, that I have a fan that I get to turn, that I have AC to keep me cool because it is hot. And the list goes on. Just if you don't wanna do that, also just think of someone or something, maybe a pet, a person that you love, and just channel that energy of love and just think about that happiness. And then once you feel that happiness, that joy, that little woohoo, that tingle of beautifulness. I want you to open your hands up. Step 2, open your hands up towards the sky. I like to raise my hands. Sometimes my elbows are lifted, but raise hands, palms are up so you can receive, open those energy centers. And then all you need to say, I call upon the angels of the highest light, love, wisdom, and compassion, or I call on Archangel, insert whoever you need to call on, Raphael, to help me clear my energy, to help me feel safe, to protect my spirit. Maybe I call on Archangel Ariel to help me feel more abundant in life, to help me feel more abundant in my relationships and my finances, to help me focus on abundance, to help me manifest what it is I desire, what is aligned for my spirit in this lifetime. I call on Archangel Gabriel to inspire me with creative ventures, creative ideas that will help shift the frequency of the planet, to uplift the consciousness of the world. I call on Archangel Shamuel to find peace within myself. So I may see the peace in the world, the truth of the world. I call on Archangel Shamuel to help me find peace within myself so I can forgive this person who has harmed me, so I can see them through the lens of love. I call on Archangel Raphael to heal this stub toe, to heal this tummy ache, to focus this beautiful green energy into my body. And what I also like to do, if you're calling on someone specific, think of the color they are. So Archangel Raphael is that emerald green. And I have a PDF for you with all these notes in the show notes. Go click that. It's a free PDF of basically your Archangel cheat sheet, okay, and when to call on them. Go check that out, save that, keep it somewhere safe. And I just have that resource for you because they're always here for you. They love you and they want to help you, but you need to invite them in. Okay. So when you're calling on your angels too, like if you have a specific body part or area of your body you're focusing on, like specifically with Archangel Raphael, I want you to focus on that area and just imagine like the emerald green light and just focus that energy. And as you're inhaling, breathe energy into that area, that light. Okay. Just breathe in. And then step 3, sit and listen. So if you asked a question, like just ask whatever questions. Sometimes if I don't have a specific question to ask, I'll ask, what is there for me to know today? What is there for me to find out? Just be quiet, listen, sit in stillness, and maybe you'll have images enter your mind. Maybe you'll have certain words, thoughts, phrases. Take note. And maybe it doesn't make sense in the moment, but maybe later that day or the next day it does. For me, I'll see things and I'll hear things. And when I say hear things, I hear it in my voice, so it sounds like my thoughts, but I know it's not mine because it's so random. It's just kind of there. It just shows up. And it doesn't make sense for me until maybe in the moment, but it's a day or 2 later where I'm like, "Oh, that's why." Like, example, the seatbelt. Yeah, but really just take time to sit and listen. If you're gonna ask a question, sit and listen. Because it's the same thing if you're in a conversation with someone, you ask someone, "What's your name?" And you just keep talking like, "What's your name?" "I think I'm gonna have a sandwich for lunch today." It's a little rude, but give them time to respond, okay? And just sit there. It's okay. You're good. If you want to establish this little communication system with them, what I like to do is, so depending on how you feel your angel guides, and in the beginning, and those are the 3 steps. So number 1, align your energy. Number 2, open those palms up, ask a question. And number 3, just listen. But if you're wanting to experience maybe some physical signs of your angels, so whatever you believe in, I started out with calling on the Holy Spirit. I said I would open my palms up towards the sky, bow my head, close my eyes. Holy Spirit, make your physical presence known. Oh, I can feel the tingles in my hands. And I'll feel tingles in my hands. So try it out with the Holy Spirit. Try it out with an archangel. And also be really specific whenever you're calling on angelic support help. Always be very clear who you're naming. right? Because you are a radio tower and you can accept many transmissions. We want to be clear about what channel you're tapping into. So always be very specific. I call on the angels of the highest light, love, wisdom, or I call on the angels of the highest love and light. I call on Archangel. Always be very specific that you're calling in light and love and angels of the light. Okay. That's just important to know. And last but not least, we're going to talk about how to ask for signs because in life, the signs kind of relates to asking for messages too. In life, sometimes we're at a crossroads and we need to decide. So there's two ways you can go about sides. One, you can either get the physical, for me, it shows up physical tingles. I established with my spirit guides. Okay, I ask questions, a yes or no question. Or should I do this or that? And I'll name my left hand, for example, no, my right hand will be yes. And I did this just a couple days ago. I was deciding whether to post a video on see, it can be as small as this. I was deciding whether to post a video on Instagram or not, and I asked, and they tingled my left hand, it was a no, right? And just yesterday, I was asking, should I schedule another appointment with one of my psychic mentors, Vanessa? And my right hand tingled yes. So you can set up a communication like that, or you can ask for signs. So for me, when I'm like thinking of what to ask a sign for, when you're thinking, "What sign should I ask for?" What's the first thing that pops in your head? For me, it's ladybugs. For you, it could be a buffalo, right? It can be anything, but whatever that image of or thing that pops in your head, ask them, "Okay." And you can say this out loud or in your mind's eye, follow your heart, but just ask, "Okay, I call on Archangel," or honestly, you can just call on your angel guides here. "I call on the angels of the highest light and love to show me a ladybug when I am in greatest alignment with my soul's purpose, when I am in greatest alignment with my path, with when I am in alignment with my soul's purpose, or maybe show me a ladybug when I'm on the right track. Show me a ladybug when you're near me, right? And what's interesting too is signs can show, just set the sign and then release it, forget about it. And then it'll happen. Maybe it's that day, maybe it's a couple days later. Like it's so wild. Was it last week? I got a download to start a certain project for my angels. And I jumped right in and I started it. And the moment I walked out to my car after doing that, what was on my car? Ladybug. There was a big ladybug. It was so cool. And I was, like, laughing so hard because I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, it's so like, that's so cool." Your angel guides will also communicate through you through numbers. So, if you're seeing repeating numbers, for example, 111 means your thoughts are magnetic and things are manifesting quickly. So, in that moment, if you see 111, that's your angel guys telling you, plant a seed. What do you want to bring into your life right now? Think about it. Feel really good, right? 222, alignment, joy, balance. 333, you are being protected, you are being guided. 444, and I have this all on my Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead, go to the Growth Frequency Instagram, and I'll post all of this on there. Look at the feed, it'll make just for you guys, but you'll have it there. It's amazing though. It is really amazing. And when you start to pay attention to the signs, you realize your angels are literally everywhere. It's kind of like, when for example, you get a new pair of shoes or you get a new color car. Think of something that you just got in your life, right? Maybe it's new makeup. I don't know. New water bottle. It doesn't matter. All of a sudden, when you get that thing, you're now aware of all the other new water bottles, makeups, perfumes, whatever that are around you, right? It's almost like once you become aware, you can't not see it anymore. It's the same thing with your angel guides. Once you feel them, once you experience them, once you hear them, once you open that, you just kind of see them everywhere and it's so beautiful and it's gonna make your heart so happy. I'm so excited for you. So yeah, today we hit a lot today, but today we really nailed in how to speak to your angelic spirit guides. And I really encourage you to sit with this, explore this, get curious, and have fun because your angels love you and they're waiting to connect with you. So, oh, Stay tuned. Next week, we have a very, very special podcast. I am so excited. This is straight from the angel, so stay tuned for next Friday. But my beautiful souls, I hope you have an amazing day. And I hope this episode brought you closer to your angel guides, to your purpose, to the peace, to the abundance that you are. Okay. So I will see you next week. I love you so much, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.